A really, really special session. Literally, this was without any planning, anything. I literally said to her just like before, I said, it'd be really nice if you just do a nice short piece, powerful piece. And she said, what to talk about? I said, talk about this. And then she said, okay. I said, do you know what to talk about? She said, yes. And let me tell you something. This, you guys like talk about like law of attraction, this vibration stuff, and all that type of stuff. This person just like, it's just, I don't know where it comes. It just channels information. Pay close attention. Keep your mind open. Listen to every word. I learned so much from her. It's our 11-year-old motivational speaker. Please give it up for inspiring Vanessa!
So my name is, oh my god, I feel really, really tall next to you guys. I feel like I'm about to fall onto you guys, but I won't do that to you. So my name is Vanessa. I'm 11 years old and I'm an international speaker, huge fitness vlogger, and I'm also an author. If you've heard me speak before, you're probably thinking, where's her big intro? Well, now I'm just shortening it down to the main things that I do, but don't worry, you guys can just watch the speeches on YouTube. But let's just get into the actual point of why I'm here speaking on stage to all of you. So I'm going to be speaking about the power of giving and why giving is literally the core of life. So raise your hand if you believe in giving, if you love to give. Raise your hand. Now that is literally almost everyone. The people who are like having their hands down, I'm really hoping that you guys are lazy. I'm really hoping that you guys are lazy, because giving is so important, and that's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. So you might be thinking, okay, where is this coming from? Well, the power of giving, I'm basically going to be helping H giving. That rhymes, but it's giving in the same word, but it kind of rhymes, if you get what I mean. But I'm going to be helping H giving today, and that's just me being honest to all of you guys. So I'm actually the volunteer of the year for H giving, and I went to Kenya to help the children at the H Giving Centre of Excellence in January 2016, I believe. And 2017, sorry. And I can't tell you how much I learned on that trip, on those only 10 days just being out there with all of the children. And please, I'm just going to say it now, if you love helping people, then you need to go visit the stand during the break, because we are like, I'm modelling one of the bracelets. I have a nice pink one which is braided because I like pink, as you can kind of see, and I like glitter too, but that's, you guys don't need to worry about that. But but even the littlest donations really do help. But the true power of giving is usually, some people say, yeah, I love to give. I mean, I give a lot, but then at the same time, when they see all the adverts on TV of these really big charities and they're saying, please donate today, they don't go on their phone to go on their website, they go on their phone to go on Instagram or something. And that's, I'm not saying, you guys, that that's bad, but at the same time it kind of is bad, but because I go on Instagram a lot, but usually when you look at the advert on the television, or if you get an ad on Facebook for this charity, what do you actually do is the real question. What do you actually do? Do you actually put the action into it to do something about that ad, or do you just ignore it and move on to the next post about your friend's birthday party, whatever it is? What do you do is the real question. And the power of giving goes so far. The other question, or the main question of the speech, is really, the question is that if you don't know how far giving goes, then you can't give. I'll repeat that again. If you don't know how far giving goes, you're not going to be able to give and have that power in yourself to give to someone. And maybe you might have a bad experience with giving because you give a gift to someone and they don't like the gift. That's kind of, it hasn't happened to me before, I don't think. 'Cause I think my gifts are nice that I give to people, but that doesn't matter. But the real thing is, if you don't know how to give and if you are not truly giving, well, usually some people really give a lot and sometimes they give a little too much. And just to lay it flat there, you can't help everyone. But you can help page giving because you are here. So like, while you're here, you can go outside, but not right now because I'm kind of speaking to you guys. Don't run away. But we still need the audience. But really, if you don't know, if you are bad at receiving things, then it's going to be hard for you to carry on giving things. Because so many people give so much on a daily basis. They give to charities, they give to the homeless people, they give to all these sort of people, even their friends who might not even need it, but they still give. But then they don't realize that they've received so much back in return. But what the real question is if you don't know how to receive it back, how do you know if you're actually giving in the first place? That's why so many people continuously keep giving. Because they don't know that they're giving that much. Does this make sense? Because the fact that they don't realize they are receiving so much of what they have been giving out to the universe or to the people, that means, that they don't know how to receive whatever they're getting back. So look at it this way. How much you give out to the world is how much you receive back. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does this make sense?
Yes.
Woo! Awesome. I can see smiles on some of your faces, just like, oh, I get to receive lots of stuff back. But you can look at it that way if you want. But really the way how I see it is that for us, so many people take so many things for granted. It's actually a bit crazy how many things people take for granted. Can anybody shout out what average people take for granted on a daily basis?
Health. Seeing,
Water.
hearing, listening.
Family,
Being alive.
food, being alive. That's kind of the main one. But thank you.
You doing that right
Being
now? Is it you?
lungs. Yeah. Like your body parts. I'm just gonna write body parts.
Time.
Did someone say dying?
Time.
Oh, time, sorry. I had dying and I was like, oh my god, this is sad. Okay, so we have time, health, water, food, being alive, and body parts. Now these are, body parts, it sounds a bit weird. I mean, let me just write body, just like let me just cross this out because you guys are clearly reacting really weird towards it. But we have time, health, water, food, and being alive. So yes, you guys are actually really correct because these are the main things that people do take for granted. Someone who goes to work, they go, oh, I wish I had more time to spend time with my family. I wish I had this much time to spend with my friends, or whatever it is. And then they look at their health and they're like, oh, why can't I be like this person on the magazine? Or why can't I look like that person on, like, Keeping Up with the Kardashians? Or whatever it is that they want to be to do with their health. Water. Someone can be drinking a cup of water and be like, oh, this tastes bitter. I mean, sometimes you might not think of it. Maybe your friends don't do it, maybe your family doesn't do it. But there is somebody in the world who does do that on a daily basis. They drink water and they're not grateful for the water that they have. And they don't point out the main things that they actually have that children in Kenya don't even have. And can anybody tell me what children in Kenya might take for granted? And the real answer is, there is nothing they take for granted. They literally had nothing. They don't have shoes. They don't have, some of the children don't have clean water, but at the same time they do have clean water because they are alive and they are living their life to the fullest. But half of the children, like in the world, some children have a lot of things, and I know that I have a lot of things, but they are happy literally every single day of their lives. And I know I can be grumpy on some days. You can just ask my mum. Don't you worry. I can be grumpy on some days, and I know that I have a lot of things. But the children in Kenya, some children don't even have a roof over their head. They don't even have a clean duvet to sleep in, or a safe place to sleep in at all. And the people in the world, the people in the society, they don't realize these little things. They don't realize these little things that they take for granted. They just give it out just like that. And I really want to share to you guys that the children in Kenya, they might be playing around with something that isn't really a thing that has a name. But they are still playing and they are still warming their hearts. They might not have the food, or they might not have this variety of snacks that they can eat nearly every single second. But they're still grateful for the food that they are given every single day. Because I know that if you were starved for a whole entire day, if you put a Brussels sprout on the table, you are going to be eating that Brussels sprout.
Brussels.
I'm not saying that if you don't like Brussels sprouts, that's okay.
Brussels.
Russell. I'm so sorry.
Don't eat Russell.
But if you put a Brussels sprout on that table, I definitely can guarantee that you are going to be eating that out very soon. And if you like Brussels sprouts, just think of it as something that you do not like. If there's something you do not like that is in front of you, for me it will be like a mushroom or something. I will be eating the mushroom, I'll be munching it up, tasting that this is the most delicious thing I have ever tasted. Because we have, thank you. But if you have anything that doesn't taste nice in front of you, you're going to taste it as the most delicious thing ever. And that's because we have so much of a variety of things we can choose from. Having so many things to choose from is actually bad for us. Because the children in Kenya, they don't have a choice of how they are living. For us here in the UK, we have so many choices of what we can eat. We can eat cereal for breakfast. We can eat toast for breakfast. We can eat anything we want. Well, sometimes not donuts or pancakes or whatever. But you don't get what I mean. What you have in your fridge, what you have in the cupboard, that food, you can choose which food you want to eat. Or you can choose what type of drink you want to eat. Or eat. What type of drink you want to drink. And please don't make it be acidic. We just literally had a whole presentation here. Please don't do that. But the children in Kenya, if you get to be there for yourself, you will see a whole different perspective of life. And that's what happened to me. Because before, I can be a picky eater, and I'm just being honest. I can be a picky eater. If I don't like something, then I just won't eat it. But when I went to Kenya, and you only have one choice of food, I'm kind of like staring at the plate of food on the first day, just kind of like, oh, I really don't want to eat it. I really want like pepperoni pizza from Pizza Express right now. Just staring at the plate. And then as soon as like, when you're starving yourself out, you just go, okay, let me eat it. And then by the 10th day, I'm eating like some cabbage that I don't even eat cabbage like as a food that I usually eat. But I had to eat it because that is what they had. Does this make sense? Now you might be a picky eater, sitting there. Now that's okay, because I am a picky eater too. But I'm not saying that just picky eaters get a different perspective of life. Anybody can see something differently once they come back from Kenya. Does this make sense? Yes. Does this sound exciting, first of all? Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to share a quick video of you guys from January 2017. There was a recent one last year, but we're going to be showing the one that my group, or the volunteers group that I was in, we're going to show that video. So can we please play it?
I grow up, I likely to be a president.
When I grow up, I want to be a pilot to help my parents.
A lot of kids, they said they wanted to be doctors, they wanted to be nurses, pilots, even presidents. So they're very, very ambitious. And the question is, how can we make this happen?
There is no better word for it. These children are heroes. They are smiling, they are happy, they are friendly, they care about each other and about us, and all through what we conceive to be terrible conditions. But the truth is, to them they aren't terrible conditions, in any respect really. To them it's life, and they're just happy to be living it.
It's such a big difference between the schools here and the schools in the UK. It really is like another world. You know, in the UK, if a kid falls over and bangs their head, you have mountains and mountains of forms to fill in, you have nurses on hand, you have everything to support them. Here, the kids have nothing.
We've decided to change the education system to a more practical way, where kids actually learn practical skills. Our question was, how do we give them some education where it's much more practical and they can actually use this stuff to actually better their lives?
Many of the kids could not go to school. Many of the kids, their dreams were going down the drains. But because of you guys, many of the kids now can achieve their dreams.
The head giving team is a nice team. We have got a very wonderful time with them. We are sharing ideas, we are sharing resources, and we feel so happy to have them. Thank you so much for releasing them to be with us.
I think we did a very good job in the educational sessions last few days. We not only provided kids with critical information on personal development, but also on teamwork. And most of all, we are giving them a lot of fun with a lot of smile and interesting games, and they all get involved and excite themselves.
If we start and build this strong foundation now, I believe the key to it all is entrepreneurship. And I believe that if we start teaching all the kids how to fish, how to grow crops and take it out to the market and sell, how to find solutions to problems and be able to create solutions and services for other people, that's where they can have a sustainable means of making money and being able to create a life for themselves and for their families too.
I can't even describe, because you know, if you have never been in Kenya, if you never had the chance to spend a bit of time with those community, with those beautiful children, you won't understand this. You really need to come here to experience this amazing, life-changing moment.
Every single little thing that we do out here, we can actually help make a difference.
And if there's nothing else we can do, it is to give them the opportunities to take that happiness and that pure exuberance at life and run with it. Give them the chances they don't have and allow them to become the people they want to be.
And so that's why here at Age Giving Center, we've decided to change the education system.
It's me, Hopkins Green, from Kenya. Just wanted to thank you guys for the difference you've made around here.
Incredible. Yes. Again, wasn't that incredible?
Yes.
Great, awesome. So as you can see by the video, all of the volunteers who were out there with us, we were actually one of the biggest groups that have went there with Kenya, to Kenya, which is from H Giving from England. And there's really nothing to say. The video practically says the whole entire trip, but the only thing that it doesn't share is the emotion that you feel when you're actually there around the children. Because as everyone has said on the video, the children literally have nothing. They have nothing compared to what we have. For us, we are like kings and queens to them. And the Queen Elizabeth is our actual queen, but you guys get what they mean. But to them, we are kings and queens. We live in these fairy tale houses with a roof in front of our heads. And some of us are just like, yeah, it's just a bed, it's just a roof. What's such a big deal about it? But to be honest, there is a huge deal about it, because it's not only in Kenya that children are suffering like this, it's also all around the world. And some people, when they look at some of the biggest charities on TV, or if they look at Red Nose Day, let's look at that. Red Nose Day, they say, yes, we've raised £1 million, well done everybody, and they have it all on TV and everyone knows about it. But then, if you look at it, half of the money goes to the people who are promoting it, the rest of the money goes to the people who actually prepared it, and then only this small amount of money goes to the children in Africa, or wherever it is in the world. But that small amount of money, £1 million doesn't all go to that country, otherwise it would be fully developing right now. And so many people are still being like brainwashed from these Red Nose Day adverts that they're actually helping people, or they're helping the people who are in those countries, because they're only helping only a whole village. They're not helping half of the village, or they're not helping the entire country. They're just helping a small part of it. So if we have individual charities who each help that country, it will make a difference faster. Yes or no?
Yes.
And we know that every single bit of donations, every single bit of money that is raised for H Giving, it straight away goes to the children in Kenya. It's not given to anyone else. It goes straight to them, because even the smallest amount of money goes so far. I think it's £1 is for one learning book, isn't it, Todd?
Yes.
For one learning book.
And a pencil.
And a pencil, yes. And sometimes they're just like, oh yeah, it's just a pencil, and then it breaks, and then they're just like, oh, the pencil. But because the children who were first there when the orphanage had started, they couldn't even speak Swahili, which is the language they speak in Kenya usually. They just made noises. Now they can speak fluent Swahili and fluent English. And you can see how far something can go. I mean, if you throw a ball, it can go quite far, or if you're a bad thrower like me, it doesn't go that far, and it just lands right there. But you can see that some things go really far, and this definitely does. If there are actually, think of it, if there are actually volunteers who are going there, helping the children, we must be doing something right as a charity. There must be some change. If there are toilets, if there's an actual building and poster that says H Giving on it, it is a charity. It is doing something to help. It is doing something to help the children in Kenya. And some people are just like, oh, it's probably like, they probably like got it from another company and like stole the name or something. But no, this is really what we are doing out there. And if you really don't like feel it, you need to be there to feel it and feel the emotion that you feel from the children. Because I know that you feel happier, you feel more energized when you are around those children. Now at first for me, it was a bit scary, because I'm used to having my bedroom with my nice bed and my pillows and my teddy bear. That's what I was used to. But when we get there, there's so many different things that are around us, and they live a completely different life to we do, and I definitely do know that. But what is different, or what is the same, what is the same that they have to us is that we can all be happy. You can have everything and not be happy, but you can be in Kenya and you will always be happy around the children. You may feel sad a little bit from what the children have gone through in their past, but the future is so bright for them if you donate something. Can you all see that? So if you have any spare change in your purse or your wallet, if you have any monthly donations, if you can give monthly donations to children who are there in Kenya, then that is amazing. If you can just donate something little just for today, it will go so far. Any little thing helps. Now I'm stealing Tesco's slogan, but every little thing helps, and it really does. And the reason why it says get involved today is because you don't know if there's going to be a tomorrow. But for the children in Kenya, we don't know that either. And by you guys helping, instead of buying a cup of coffee in Starbucks, you can be helping 3 children get a meal for a whole entire week. I know, mind-blowing. But if you look at the things that you buy on a daily basis and how much it can just exclusively help an amount of people or amount of children who are there in Kenya, it makes such a big difference. And I mean the biggest difference that you will ever see. Because I know Red Nose Day doesn't invite volunteers. So why don't you go with H Giving and be with the volunteers there at H Giving? Does this make sense? So can you please raise your hand if you love giving again? Raise your hand and keep it nice and high. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. Sir, that is not stretched out. All the way out. I can see all of you. Stretch it all the way out. Now, raise your hand if you are wanting to be part of this, if you want to get involved, basically. If you have your hand up already, keep it up. So the people who have their hands up, can you please stand up? Everyone stand up. I can see all the people with their hands up. Just stand up. If you want to help someone, if you want to help the children, if you want to help any child in need who doesn't have the same thing as you do, please stand up. Or they don't have the same resources as you do, please do stand up. Now all of the people who are standing up here, can you please, if you do not have change on you, please sit down. If you do have change on you or anything to do to help H Giving, keep standing up. So all of these people here, you do have donations, you love helping people and you love giving. Is this correct? Yep. All the people who are standing up. So all the people who are standing up, can you please go and see Todd, our CEO of H Giving, and please get any information. Say hello, Todd.
Hi, Todd.
Todd, you need to say hi back.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
So Todd is our CEO of H Giving, and all the people who are standing up, keep standing up, don't sit down. All the people who are standing up, please go to Todd right now, and please get any information. If you want to be on a volunteer trip, please go there right now. Everyone, please go right there. If you have any donations, pop it in the green bucket. Whether it's selfishness or love or kindness or care, whatever it is, be grateful for it. The top things that first came to your head when I have said this, I want you to write those down on a piece of paper. You can put it to 5, you can put it to 10, you can put it to as many as you want.